late. I'm super late. I apologize profusely. I lost track of time. We have the Criminals vs. Prismatic Inc. While I quickly set things up, let's talk about Criminals. On the Criminals, we have Butters1235, Piner, Laurie, Bunnykins, and Tax Fraud. Meanwhile, over on Prismatic Inc., we have Eggy, we have Vic, we have Four, we have Andre, we have Midge, and we have Mord. Maps and modes are the same because it is still week 4. And I can't skip the news because it's Splatfest. I am mashing the A button as we speak. I apologize. Probably like on a tower control at minimum by now. I'm so sorry, I just completely lost track of time. Need to get better about that. Yep, on my way. Don't worry about it. Okay, we are on to Splat Zones, looks like. We missed Turf War, for who won Turf? I'll add those points after Splat Zones. We unfortunately did miss Turf War. We are on to Splat Zones, unless Turf War is going to be played last, which might be the case. Let me go ahead and broadcast feed. I'm sorry, I'm frazzled. I'm super frazzled because I'm late. This is Meadowlark from the Saplings. Alright, looks like both teams are getting readied up for some Splat Zones, Barnacle and Dime. I might not have missed Turf War. I know that the Criminals' former team played Turf War last. Just get the important modes out of the way and then finish with Turf. And if that is what happened, then again, I sincerely apologize for being late and holding everything up. Alright, on the side of the Criminals, we have the first pencil of the match. We have a V-shot, or order shot rather. we have an Order Slosher, and we have an Order Brush. Meanwhile, on the side of Prismatic Ink, we have a Wiper, we have a Slosher, we have an N-Zap, and we have a Reflex. Looks like Prismatic Ink has an early lead as several strikes go out. Criminals go 3 down. But they have Cooler out. And manage to take back Zone. That is not a huge lead for Prismatic Ink, especially if they keep getting pincered in their base. Barnacle and Dime is very much a lockout map. And we see 3 down on the side of Prismatic yet again. There's a wipeout even. The Criminals keeping them in jail. And by jail, I do mean their spawn. I also mean jail. Again, another wipeout. With 10 count left, it's looking like this game is a GG easy for the Criminals. Criminals take game 1 with an easy KO. Or at least they take zones. I don't know if that was game 1. Again. The Dabbing Quartet is here. Let me give them their Splat zones, please. Next up, it's time for some tower control. Tower control on Undertow Spillway. Last time we saw Grim Kraken only get to 99 when going up against Golden Octos. Let's see how a matchup like this plays out. So I hope y'all are having fun with Spring Fest. Those that are playing, I know Team Bear Cub wound up winning a category. Good for them. As you can tell from the pink ink, I am in fact on Team Benui. And I don't know. Like this, I'll have to listen to day 2 of this track. But so far, none of the lobby themes have topped the one they put out for Splatoween. Splatoween's lobby theme was just a banger. Alright, we're seeing some early support for the Criminals from chat. And I'm sure there are some Prismatic fans out there too. Seems like Prismatic is ready to rock, and the Criminals are getting there. Tower Control Undertow Spillway. Featuring the Pencil, the Order Shot, the Order Slosher, and the Order Brush versus the Wiper, the Machine Neo, the NZAP 85, and the Reflux. First possession goes to the Criminals, as this Snipe Rider is really pressuring them. I hear a Zipcaster. Ooh, criminals get wiped out at second checkpoint. Prismatic Ink has a stamp ready. Missiles come out at checkpoint 1. Easy clear. Those strikes kill Zap. Looks like before they could get Cooler out. Oh, never mind. There was Cooler. Prismatic loses power briefly as that Order Slosher sharking alongside the Trizuka. Looks like the Snipe Rider has to retreat to get that Cooler out to their team. Prismatic Ink's back in possession of Tower, but still haven't shaken the Criminals' lead. Not yet, anyway. There goes the lead swap. Currently, the lead is in Prismatic Ink's favor, with that strike keeping them off Tower. Prismatic Ink breaks second checkpoint. Looks like the Criminals have forced them back, though. Trizuka out from the Criminals. Unable to find any picks. Prismatic in possession of the tower for right now. Minute 35 left in the game. Ooh! It looks like Prismatic Ink goes 3 down there. Missiles come out. Scores are still 41 to 59. We're seeing a Zipcaster contest that Zuka. He managed to kill the Machine Neo, but gets stamped. There's some desperate fighting from mid right now. The Criminals need a solid few picks in order to take that tower past the checkpoint. Oh, but that Wiper was out of ink. That is 3 down on the side of Prismatic Ink. Those strikes are able to push forward a bit while the Pencil stays on tower to clear check. And there's the lead swap back in favor of the Criminals. 20 seconds left. There is still enough time to KO, but I don't think we're going to see one here. Looks like we're far more likely to see some overtime happening. We see the bucket jump out, then jump back in. And that is overtime. The game once again goes to the criminals, but Prismatic does get an overtime point out of it. That was some rough fighting. A lot of attempts at control of mid. And 4 more dabs, and a fist bump. That was an overtime game in favor of the criminals. Next up, it is time for some Rainmaker on Humpback Pump Track. Additionally, from the commentator's channel, Prismatic Inc. has requested that the criminals not use the order weapons for the sake of visual clarity, to which the criminals responded, skill issue. Alright, Humpback Pump Track Rainmaker. Ooh, we're seeing a bit of a shakeup from both sides. On the side of the criminals, we have a Rapid Blaster Deco, we have an NZAP 85, we have an Order Slosher, and we have an Order Brush. Meanwhile, on the side of Prismatic Inc., we have a Nautilus 79, we got that Splashdown, we've got that Machine Neo, we've got that NZAP 85, and we've got that Reflux. Rainmaker has been popped. Both teams 2 down, though. We're seeing an Inkjet from the criminals. Criminals take first Maker, but they're not able to dunk that checkpoint yet. We're seeing some excellent Rapid Deco plays here. And we see the criminals get first checkpoint. Unfortunately, that suction bomb was just barely mistimed for that super jump. Criminals pushing forward. Is that a KO? Ooh, unfortunate quick KO. Prismatic Inc. did not have time to recover from that. Rainmaker goes to the criminals, and we get to see 4 more dabs. Now that was a nice, quick KO from the criminals. Next up, it is time for some clamblets. Clamblitz Ship Cargo Company. I'm still of the opinion that the update that added Ship Shape and Crab Leg are both two of the best maps that have been added to 3. Looks like we are seeing a substitution on the side of Prismatic Ink. I feel like they should have the different seasonal Splatfest themes in the jukebox. Like, what if I want Halloween vibes? It's spring. It's close enough to spooky month. Of course, I guess if I wanted to listen to the Splatoween music, I did rip it from the game. I'm curious who Prismatic Ink is bringing in for clamblets. Just because the set went to the criminals doesn't mean it's too late for Prismatic Ink to earn some points. And considering we are entering the halfway point of this season already, you're going to want as many points as you can get if you want to make it to playoffs. Anyone won any 100Xs yet? We're about halfway, or we're about a quarter of the way through the first rotation. I think 100X should have shown up by now. Ah, I can gamble. Perfect. So this is Deep Cut, right? I think we're all in agreement that the song was recorded by Deep Cut, just under a different name. Still waiting on one more from Prismatic Inc. Is there something going on? Just had a small holdup, that's all? Alright, no problem. Just wanted to make sure everything was alright. And looks like everything is. Who's ready for some football? I mean, if it were me after that Rainmaker game, I would need a minute too. Well, it's time for some football. Seeing a very similar comp from the criminals. We've got that pencil, we've got that order shot, we've got that order slusher, and we've got that order brush. Meanwhile, on the side of Prismatic Ink, we have an NZAP 85, a Rapid Blaster Deco, some Order Dualies, and a Reflux. Current clam economy seems to be favoring the criminals. Ooh, 3 down on the side of Prismatic Ink. Those dualies are running for their lives. Still no power clams on the side of the criminals. Never mind, there's one. And they managed to score. We've got some football happening. The criminals managed to get their score down to 53. But it looks like that push is over. We've got another road ball on the side of the criminals. Looks like that inkjet gets a pick on the pencil right at the end. Prismatic Ink also has a power clam. Looks like the criminals aren't going to let them in so easily. Missiles out. That might be the opening they need. We've got some football happening. But it looks like... oh, never mind. We are seeing some more scoring. Prismatic Ink is able to make it all the way down to 68 on their push. But that is the end of that push. Criminals still in the lead. The brush finds a pick on the Rapid Blaster. The pencil manages to get Cooler out. The criminals score again. We've got some football happening. They break through penalty. 50 remaining. Looks like they're trying their best to keep basket open long enough for another power clam. But unfortunately, Prismatic Ink is not going to let them take it that easily. Something tells me that power clam there is going to the void. There it goes. One minute left. Currently, the scores are 68 to 38 in favor of the criminals. Prismatic tried to get in there and score, but the criminals were waiting for them. And looks like both their power clams are going to the void. They'll have to build up another one in 30 seconds if they want to take this to OT. Zipcaster challenging the Crab. Unfortunately goes down to the Blaster. With no Power Climb, I think that's GG's. No overtime for Prismatic Inc. Clam Blitz goes to the Criminals. And another fist bump with 4 more dabs. It wasn't a KO, but that game goes to the Criminals. And last, but certainly not least, in true Butterminer fashion, I believe it is finally time for some Turf War. That it is. Turf War Mako Mart. Just to close out the set. I am incredibly grateful at how much was set up yesterday when I got the confirmation I was casting. I don't know how much of this I could have thrown together on the spot within the 5 minutes left before the match was, like, had to start without me. And I'm incredibly grateful to the teams for being patient with me on this. For now, let's see some Turf to close things out. We've got 4 NZAP 89s on the side of the Criminals. And on the side of Prismatic Inc., we have an NZAP 85, we have a Rapid Western Echo, we have some custom Doodly Squelchers, and we have that Reflux. Who is ready for some party balloons? Who's ready for a lot of auto bombs? The Inner Agent 3 flashbacks are starting. Criminals are 2 down. 3 down. Prismatic Inc. has a lot of their base left to ink. But they are instead pushing ahead. Prismatic Inc. goes 2 down, but they had coolers, so they'll be right back. The chicken army is hunting them down. Looks like both sides are fairly even. Map control seems to be in Prismatic Ink's favor for now. 1 minute left on the clock. A well-timed autobomb gets that jump kill. You hate to see it happen to you. Looks like the criminals actually managed to completely flip this game, putting Prismatic Ink in danger. Prismatic Ink ended in danger. That game goes to the criminals for a 14-1 set. And that is a grand total of 20 dabs and quite possibly 3 fist bumps. No, just 2. Turf War goes to the criminals. And that does it for this set. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I'll be back next week for more from the Proton Splat League.